So, sir, yeah, I think we have lost a few precious minutes, so please be a little fast. So, I'll just kind of set it for you. So, you were joining Hero Cycles and you going from a manager IT position to a GM IT position, and that's when किसी ने अड़ंगा लगा दिया. बताइए क्या
Okay.
हुआ?
No. Yes. So I applied there, and then I was called for an interview. There were 2 rounds of interviews, and finally, because of some specialty they found, they selected me as a possible candidate. And we were negotiating the salaries, and I was demanding some 5,000 more, and they didn't want to pay me at all that time because of some reasons, internal reasons they had. So I just I'm going to say I want these 5,000 rupees, and you have to give back to me. And yes, I'm giving you 6 months. You are giving me 6 months as a concept probationary period, and if I do not succeed or I fail to live up to your expectation, okay, then I offer my resignation. You can take it right now, but you have to give these 5,000 rupees back. Very candid statement, and it's your choice, but I will not leave it. Okay, I have something in mind, and it should be there. So I came back by saying that, and after 2 weeks, finally they called me. No, our MD works has loved that sentence that you are ready to give your resignation, but you after 6 months you want your 5,000 rupees back. So he is ready for that. Okay, no issue at all. And we don't need your resignation. They never wanted. Okay, I'm a hero. Guys are very great actually. So I joined there, and then after 6 months, I was called and then pat on back, and then given my 30,000 back. So that was all about it. And yes, that statement just gave them impression that the guy who can say this confidently can be a good candidate. What we are looking for. That's it.
And you got your 30,000 back.
Yeah, I got it. I
Okay.
got those. And
Okay.
plus, those 5,000 were added to my salary.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
Okay, so let me quickly. Again, our audience have started joining us back, and I can see Mr. Vijay Sethi already there. Thank you, sir. So
Hi, Vijay.
our Vijay is not the only CXO, but we have lots of CXOs, IT managers, and tech industry folks who join us, and they all come here to enrich themselves with how to succeed with technology-enabled transformations. And I think the key to this particular LinkedIn Live is that technology is necessary but not sufficient. And what is the gap between necessary and sufficient? That is what we are trying to fulfill. So let's quickly see whoever has joined here despite all the disruptions. So we have Rahul Khanna here. Hi Rahul, thanks for joining us. We have Amarinder Singh. Hey Amarinder, thanks for being a constant support to ClariTea Chat and for your engagement here. We have Vijay, who earlier confirmed about this being okay on YouTube. We have Pawan from Calcutta. Thanks Pawan for joining us. And that's Mr. Vijay Sethi. Thank you, Sethi sir, for joining. And yeah, please keep your comments coming. Do share, where you're joining from, your name and where you're joining from. Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and Vijay Bhai especially, and Amarinder, Pawan, everybody.
Yeah, thank you all for your support. So, sir, let's begin the session. Just give us a quick, maybe a few minutes of recap of your childhood, right up to your first job.
Jagdish, I belong to Modinagar. Okay, and then my father used to be a Ayurvedic doctor. Okay, not very well famous or something like that. Simple Ayurvedic doctor, and I hail from this kind of can say humble background. And my father is a Akka Arya Samaji, and then he is a freedom fighter also. And at present he is 102 years old, and my mother is 97. Okay, and I was born and brought up in Modinagar only, and did my graduation from there, and started my career also from Modi Steels as raw material quality control inspector. Trainee for 6 months, and then raw material quality control inspector. I had been very avid learner since very beginning, and then uh, when I used to be a raw material quality, there are three areas. One is can say physical inspection, another is the chemical inspection, and third one was the spectro inspection for the steel samples. Okay, so ideally one person has one of these capabilities, but during my tenure of 2 3 years, I just acquired all three capabilities. And then I applied with the Punjab Concast Ludhiana. Oh, it's a Nahar Group company, and they selected me just because of these three capabilities in one person.
Wow.
Okay, and they are also. I think they took 2 3 hours to decide my salary, because my salary was just 50 rupees less than a person who was having double the experience of mine. So they were having trouble in having me at all because of the that difference. My sir, it's your problem, not my problem. You have to decide whether you want me or not. And then finally decided we will reduce 550 rupees. Just bear with us, and we'll make it up somewhere else. Okay. So I was happy that my salary was at par with the person who had you can say double the experience of mine. So those learnings, extra learnings, paid me at all, and I have been very since very beginning. This thing has been put into my mind by one Dr. Sagar, who was my chief general manager quality assurance. So he put me at a boss. You have to learn many things if you want to grow above, can say above others. Okay, you can only surpass others when you have better capabilities and better learning with you others. Okay, so that is one gyan I still has holds since very beginning. Okay, since start of my career. Anyway, in Punjab Concast, we had computers. Okay, in with the attached with the scientific computer with the spectrometer, and then HCL 8CR computer, basic computer, 8-bit computer. So the system analyst and me both were in same category. We used to travel by same van together. So he told me that why don't you learn your computer? You have quite can say a keen interest in computers. So you just come and learn it. Okay. So I used to spend 2 hours extra beyond my office work and learn those the HCL basic programming language. And it has a very can say funny concept notations, like if you have to print, then it used to write PRIN, P print. Go to was not go to, it was GOT only, got. So those kind of syntax were there. Okay, I learned that, and one fine, I think one day I came to know that Modi Alkalis had an opening for a programmer. Okay, junior programmer. I applied there blindly. Okay, well, let me apply over there. And before interview, I got an interview call also. Before interview, I spent 2 hectic days by learning this, C basic, and write 2 3 programs also, and how to compile it and all those kind of things. And then finally, I was selected there also. So I joined there, though they were can say there was a post for trainee programmer only, but because of my capability of writing the programs already, so they just selected me as a junior programmer. So in 93 I started my career in IT as junior programmer, and joining IT at a half of my salary what I used to draw as a that shift in charge chemist. Okay, this is my start of the career in IT. So in Modi Hercules, I stayed there for 2 years, and we used to work on 8-bit computer. Okay, which can you believe? We used to work on a computer which was 8-bit CPM
Yeah.
operating system, 200 KB. KB, I'm talking about not MB or TB, whatever it is. KB worth floppy drives, and a small screen in
Yeah.
between.
I think
It
I think those were the days, sir. But let's quickly go through the rest of your career, maybe like,
Yes,
a
yes.
quick one
So, so
after the other, the
we,
companies that you joined, and like,
yes, yes, yes. So Jagdish, that was the time. Okay, we work on those computers, did everything. Okay, we ran a financial accounting system, store inventory system, cylinder inventory or management system, and then can say preventive maintenance system also. So those are four systems we developed there. Okay, after that, then I switch over to can say COBOL programming in that company itself, and then we started developing with the help of Inditron. And by the time the systems were can say about to live, I left this company, and it was again an interesting story. I tell you, can say when I resigned, and I asked my boss that I have got an offer for a EDP coordinator. Okay, EDP coordinator in a company. He told me, you go and join there. I told him that I'm afraid of joining as EDP coordinator. I'm just a programmer, and joining as maybe a problematic whether I will be able to handle it or not. He just simply asked me to put up in my resignation, signed immediately. Within 2 hours, he relieved me, and told me that if you face any problem, call me. Okay, if you don't face, never call me at all. Go and join there, and then start your working. So that was one thing. That was DP Luthra, Devendra Luthra. He is in US for last 30 years, and then he was the one who just make my career with just 3 years of programming and rest as a head of the department. Okay, so just after 3 years, I joined this organization, did wonderfully there. Okay, well, they have a lot of problems in their application developed by a consultant. I corrected all these, and the biggest reform was that their invoice used to be printed in 3 minutes. They used to take 3 minutes per invoice in printing only. So I reduced this time from 3 minutes to 21 seconds, and that was a huge difference because the 450 invoice per day. It's a textile company, and you can understand that when you reduce that much time, the people who used to go at 11:30, they started going at 7:30 in the evening. So that was the biggest difference I made. But anyway, there was some problem. I had to leave from there. Okay, because not much was being spent in IT, so I decided I have to move on, and I joined this Prakash Tube, Surya Roshan Limited. And Surya Roshan Limited was a quite progressive company. I joined with their steel tube division in Bahadurgarh, and then after 8 months, I was transferred to Kashipur. Kashipur, they had Unix system. So I switched from MS-DOS to Unix all of a sudden, without any preparation, without any learning. And my boss can say DP Mishra. He told me, "Arya, you can handle it. I don't mind. You go there and then handle it. I know if there is a problem, let me know." So again, I don't know whether DP Luthra to there, DP Luthra and DP Mishra, both were friends. So he might have told him story that I have groomed Arya. So he also put me into the water, just swim. Okay, whether you when you draw, cry. Otherwise, when you get drowned, okay, cry. Else you go there and then handle it. And fortunately, I handle it very well. I remained there for 6 years in Surya Roshni Kashipur, and switched from. I took a project from can say COBOL to Oracle migration. Okay, and then from Unix system to DEC Alpha system. So we were the thing second to acquire DEC Alpha system at that time. It was Maruti only who had this DEC Alpha system, 64-bit Unix system, and it used to have over operating system OSF1, not Unix. It was Unix, but name was OSF1. So we converted the whole application to Oracle, and converted very well, and it worked wonderfully over there, and everybody was happy. And meanwhile, I just had an opportunity with JK Group in JK Dairy and Foods Limited, Gajrala. They told me a lot of things. Okay, we will do a lot of things here. Please come and join us. I joined as a manager system over there. But after 6 months, I did everything, whatever the problem they had. I resolved all the problems, and the applications were working fine. One more application of we can say we developed and implemented, but later on they didn't have any neck to increase IT impetus in the organization. So I told them that I want to leave and I'm planning to leave from here. So I don't know how they came. The CEO decided, Arya, we are going to do ISO 9000 implementation. Okay, so you manage our ISO 9000 project. How come you have a quality control manager? So he should handle it. Why should IT manager handle it? No, no. Somehow, I know your project management capabilities. So I want it to be handled by you only. So I was made management representative for that project. I did it successfully, and but yes, meanwhile I got this opportunity in Hero Cycles. So I moved to Hero Cycles, and JK took 1 week to relieve me because they never wanted to relieve me at all. So it was a very difficult for me to persuade them to relieve me. But anyway, finally, good people always leave you when they realize that I'm going to make my career better elsewhere. So I switch over to Hero Cycles, and Hero Cycles was my career's turning point of this. And
Yeah, I think we are going to discuss that in detail, Satya. I
yes,
mean, I'm very keen to get quickly past to this so that I can ask you some much
yeah.
deeper questions.
So and then after this, I joined. Once I did SAP implementation, which was first in Punjab, first in Hero Group. Okay, and very successful project. Okay, not only in Hero Cycles but in Hero Mangli division, Hero CR division, and Hero Export. Four companies we did. Okay, in one go. Okay, within 6 months, all four companies went live. Okay, and then okay, I did the version upgrade also, one version upgrade, and then I wanted to implement CRM that time, but somehow no, they were not ready. Okay, so uh, that made me restless because I'm very fast paced person, want to do or want to accomplish many things quickly. So that restlessness forced me to consider. And then moreover, I wanted to come in Delhi actually. I belong to Modinagar. So being a only son, I always had an ambitions to come to Delhi so that I'm near to my parents to attend them when they are in need of me at all. And because they were old that time, they are even older right now. I joined Lakshmi Precision Screws because SAP implementation got failed there. So I had one thing in mind. Okay, I have got success in implementing four places. Why SAP implementation has failed there? That was one keen interest of mine. Okay, so I took 3 months from them. I borrowed 3 months initially from them to study whole thing, and I think we found out there were 8 key points which make that implementation failure. And they asked me to look for Navision and blah blah everything. But my if I agreed to their thoughts, okay, if not SAP, go for anything else. So it would have been my failure. Okay, so I convinced them that you have to go SAP again. What if you fail in Navision also? So you will never implement any ERP. So that should not be the case. You just कहते हैं, how can we gain a confidence? मैंने कहा, let me revise two of your modules, okay, and then implemented one production scheduler also, Preactor, okay, and then for PP, for the Preactor combination, and material management. These three things we implemented, and then we revived, and things went very well at all, and their confidence again, and they ordered actually, they ordered for can say more licenses, and told me that let us prepare for SAP implementation. So that was my win actually. Okay, very conservative people. Okay, but still dared. Okay, just a 200 crore company, 150 to 200 crore company, but dared to implement SAP, failed, but ready to re-implement it again was a big success actually. So that is. And unfortunately, when they took time to implement, and by the time they realize कि now we should implement now. Okay, I got an opportunity with the Amtek group, and I switched over to Amtek. And my long pending dream to come to Delhi came true, and I joined Amtek. So Amtek was very interesting for me at all, very complex, large and complex setup for me. So around 26 plants, okay, that time when I joined, and around 3,000 crore group. Although going from to a 200 crore group to 3,000 crore group was a bit, and just 4 or 5 plants to 26 plants was a really challenging for me. And basic IT was not still there in Amtech. Okay, so I had to do a lot of things. I have to introduce security also. I have to introduce the complete networking system, WAN, okay, the video conferencing, the basic communication system, mail system, mobile communication system via BlackBerry. I introduced BlackBerry there because my chairman told me a very peculiar problem. Look, Arya ji, whenever I call someone, I find that my CEO is in plant. Okay, he comes after 15-20 minutes. By the time my enthusiasm to call him gets died down, and then this is a problem. Or even they don't reply to my mail on time whenever I require, because most of the time they are in the plant. So how can we resolve it? So that time BlackBerry was very popular. It was a technology, and it was a breakthrough technology, rather I should say, safe and can say secured and breakthrough technology. And then we implemented, and then we ordered more than 145 can say BlackBerry in one go and implemented. And that communication became very fast, and it really saved a lot of money for them. So that one thing put into Amtech's management mind that the IT is a really game changer in any business. We should go for that, and they asked me to evaluate ERP. Okay, with a warning, you will not bring SAP. Okay, you are a SAP guy, I know. Then you will push SAP. You will not push SAP. Evaluate genuinely, okay, and we will have one a big four company to evaluate it with you, and we engaged ENY for the same. And but yes, that's how in MTech also finally SAP win on techno commercial basis, and we had to be content with SAP only, and then we started implementing SAP. Yeah, then we did a lot of things over there. Okay, and MTech become a different organization, totally connected. Okay, uh, it was disjointed in the year 2007, and by the end of June 2010, all the plants were connected. Okay, or mail and everything. And then in 2010, we introduced this Polycom, this video conferencing system also. That again saved a lot of, because by that time we were around 45 can say plants, 46 plants. So in India, UK, and Germany means. So we used to save a lot with these kind of So that's how things have been there. And in within Amtech, I have been given responsibility. Later on, I was given a responsibility to. They formed a company, IT company. It's a TerraSoft Info Systems. So I was made CEO of that company. Okay, Group CIO of Amtech, and then I used to be director of the Phoenix Auto Limited. It was a forging plant, casting iron casting plant. So I used to hold three responsibilities on Amtech. So that before retirement, that was my peak actually, holding three
Yeah.
positions. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's a pretty interesting career, sir. So, like, just to replay like some of the things, you learned more than your peers in your initial, in the first company, and that helped you land a job which was, which paid you like nearly, somebody with double your experience. And I think that's the focus on learning, and we will see it more again around learning. And then, like I think, taking that risk, I mean, learning computers, but then joining a computer job, sort of surrendering your sort of 5 years of QA experience and then taking half a salary and joining um, a computer job. And then afterwards, like, I think setting up IT in multiple different companies. I really like the one, which was about ISO implementation,
Yeah.
which is like, I mean, you didn't deter from it, and and it must have been a lot of learning the whole thing from scratch, but you went about and did that. And then again,
Yes.
yeah, and then, leading the best implementation, the first of many kinds in Hero Cycles, and so on. So, sir, I mean, let's now go on to some of your stories. But I mean, I'm just being sensitive about time. About we are 37 minutes past,
Okay.
and we still have a lot to cover. So maybe, yeah, maybe like I think treat all the questions as rapid fire now, sir. Okay. So,
Okay.
sir, you got a multi-core ERP approval in 3 minutes, and I think there is a debate about whether it was 3 minutes or 1 minute. So,
Yeah.
so tell us the background of how that approval came about. Why was it approved in 1 minute? What made them trust you so much that they said, okay, Lelo.
Okay. Jagdish, when I joined Hero Cycles, they had one Oracle-based application. Okay, and that was developed by a Delhi company. Okay, and via Hero Corporate Services. Okay, it was a Hero Group company, and they implemented it with very great difficulty. Took like almost 2 3 years. Okay, and then still having very peculiar kind of problem. For example, one report used to come out, if you just fire it, it will come out after 35 hours. Another report was which used to come after 17 hours, and third one was after 5 6 hours. So these were their store ledger. Store ledger was a very can say headache, big headache for them. And then their internal audit department always used to cry, "वाह आर्य साहब ये कैसे ठीक होगा? वो लोग नहीं ठीक कर पा रहे हैं, इसका कुछ है इलाज." मैंने कहा, let me try. I can't be sure, but let me try. If those guys have not been, because it's their application, if they are not able to resolve it, let me try if I can resolve it. And I started using my Oracle experience. Okay, in Surya Roshni. I just studied all the indexes and then where clause and SQL statements on those programs. And I first took up 17 hours report. Okay, so after first iteration, it came out in around can say from 17 to around 8 hours. So I was still not 8 hours was a good time. Half of that, particularly, okay, even less than half. But still, I was not happy because I know that the Oracle was not that bad. Okay, I put my concern thoughts again and discussed with one of my ex-colleague, and then boss, this is the problem and now it is. So he told me, sir, आप बिल्कुल सही कर रहे हो, उनको और एक बार चेक कर लो, कहीं ना कहीं एक प्रॉब्लम रह गई है. तो we replaces the joints and everything, and then I think in second chance, that report came out in 1 hour. From 17 to can say in second iteration 1 hour, and then finally the one more iteration I gave it when I still wanted that it should come in less time. Finally it came out in 7 minutes only. And when it came out 7 minutes, my you can say AGM Rajiv was there. He told me, sir, ये तो बाहर आ गया, इसको पता नहीं, इसको चेक करना पड़ेगा, ये तो वो एकदम बाहर आ गया बहुत जल्दी. मैंने कहा भाई देख लो इसका बाइट्स जो टोटल चेक करो कि पहले रिपोर्ट में कितनी आती थी और लास्ट में लाइन क्या आती है। कहता सर वो तो सेम ही आ रही है बट 7 मिनट में आ गई है तो बड़ा अजीब सा लग रहा है मुझे। मैंने कहा कोई ये ठीक हो गई है, अब इसको दोबारा रन करो। ही ran it again and finally that report can say 17 hours report came in 7 minutes only. So similarly 35 hours report, when I optimized it and fine tuned it, and then it came out in 17 minutes.
Wow.
Okay. And that 5 hours report came out just in 3 minutes. So
Wow.
those three things, change everybody's mind. And then I think when 35 hours report came in 70 minutes, I still remember the general manager audit rushed to the co-chairman, sir, something miraculous has happened. What? कहता सर 35 घंटे वाला रिपोर्ट 17 मिनट में निकल आया। कहते कैसे निकल आया, उन्होंने क्या किया? कहता जी उन्होंने कुछ किया, आर्य साहब ने किया है। तो that confidence, that build a huge confidence in the management, because that used to waste a lot of time, their printouts, and that frustration also among the people. It is taking 35 hours. So after 35 hours they used to come to know, oh, the results are not what we have been expecting, so we have to run it again. So that pains have been gone. So that was, I think, brought a very high confidence in management. And one fine morning, Mr. O.P. Munjal, he was the co-chairman, and उनको हम छोटे बाबूजी बोला करते थे सभी लोग। तो chairman Mr. B.M. Munjal used to be the बड़े बाबूजी, and fondly हर आदमी उनको, because age भी उनकी 75 थी, मेरी बहुत कम थी। तो उस टाइम मैं 40 years का ही था। तो he told me that, boss, Arya ji, we want to replace this ERP. We had a lot of problems in that. Is there any one thing we can take and forget forever, and then same application can be run for decades in the organization without changing? So I told them, it's better, let's change it, okay. And there are different kind of ERPs, and standard ERPs like SAP, Oracle को कहते हैं just start working on it। कहते उन्होंने बोला कि कितना खर्चा होगा, मैंने कहा जी it would be in करोड़। मैंने कहता अच्छा 3 करोड़, थोड़ा कम सुनते थे उनको, 3 करोड़ तो ओके डन। मैंने कहा सर 3 करोड़ नहीं, ज्यादा होगा, इट वुड बी इन करोड़, ज्यादा भी 5 भी हो सकता है, 7 भी हो सकता है, डिपेंड करेगा, थोड़ी स्टडी के बाद में बताऊंगा। ठीक है 5-6 करोड़ भी है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, डन, यू स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट। आप मेरे को अभी 10 मिनट के अंदर यू जस्ट प्रिपेयर योर कैन से बजट एंड ब्रिंग इट टू मी, आई विल साइन इट। So within 10 minutes, I brought the budget and then he signed it. Okay, verbal okay was given in 1 minute. Okay. Later on, this story was published in MIS Asia magazine with me on the front page. Okay, and Mr. O.P. Munjal was there in the mid pages, and then he specifically mentioned, Arya साहब थोड़ा सा कहीं हिचकिचा रहे हैं. I gave him my okay within a minute actually, because see, because I have confidence in him. Okay, the kind of work he has done, I have the full confidence in him, and then he will do it wonderful, implement it correctly. And then I have spoken to Sunil Kant also, Sunil Kant Munjal. Okay, so he was also very IT savvy, in Munjal family, Sunil Kant ji, and he used to be the face of the group among the business community. So he also told him, Arya Saab is saying SAP, fine, let's go for it.
So, sir, let's move on, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm just being conscious of time. Sorry for interrupting you. So it's like, I think a tremendous boost to that, like bringing 35 hours to 17 minutes, and then and 17 hours to whatever 7.5 minutes. And I think these are things like this is the sort of learning I want to bring in, that you make your impact by first delighting the users, streamlining the operations, and then the management trusts you uh, with their investments. And
Absolutely.
in your case, I think that uh, intervention that you brought in, and you know just focusing on improving things first, that got you that investment approval in 1 minute or 3 minutes or whatever.
Yes,
But
yes.
I think
That gave me
yeah.
my 5,000 also.
Yeah, that gave you a 5,000 also. But I think the reverse may not have worked. Like, if you go in and
Yes,
then you
yes.
look around and say that way things are not working well, I need to bring in an ERP to solve these problems. Probably that would not get you that impact. I think it is so. So the lesson is to make an impact, improve,
Yes,
streamline operations, improve the user experience, and then demand the investments which are then likely to come
yes,
faster.
yes.
So, sir, I want to jump to some learnings, that very valuable learnings that I got from you, and I want you to share them with the audience. That you have worked with some legendary first generation entrepreneurs like Mr. Munjal and you know, and others. So, and these guys, they built their empires from scratch, and and there have been some principles that have been behind behind the personal, I would say, intervention in or some of the culture and, like, talent practices that they brought in building these empires. So can you tell us, like, one case study from each, from Hero, JK, and Amtek, as to what left an impression on you in terms of how they deal with people like you?
Uh, in JK, I will start from JK, or for that matter, in Surya Roshni also. In both the cases, I found that the management was very, 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 can say, conservative, but they believed in their employees very high. Okay, once you join them, they have a set processes. Okay, and then you need not to leave the organization even for decades. But somehow, my kind of people who are restless and then wanted to grow. Okay, so that kind of opportunity I would have not never left, you can say, JK, had I not, can say, acquired the position from manager to general manager directly. Okay, jumping three four ladders directly. Okay, steps directly. So that was the one compelling reason to for me to leave JK. Otherwise, they have been very good, very very methodical, and I still remember Harshpati was very happy when I handed over ISO 9000 certification to him, Harshpati Singhania ji and Mr. K.K. Likhotia. So both were very happy, and then they, you can say, Likhotia ji took at least 3 hours to relieve me. Finally, I had to touch it, feet. Okay, please relieve me, God forbid. I'm going that much higher in my ranking. Look at the name, I will not stop you. And then here, but in hero cycles, Munjals have been very, I could see, very 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 kind for their employees, and very very interactive, very very personal with their employees, especially the talk and say higher management people. Okay, and in their personal functions, even a small Havan is there. At least all GM rank and above people used to be invited. And one incident I tell you, okay, that our Mr. Suresh Munjal used to be the MD sales. Okay, he where the Hero Cycles had 3,000 dealers across India, and Suresh Munjalji knew them by name and location. Which dealer is at which location, he knew it. Another peculiar, can say, specialty of Mr. Suresh Munjar was that once you give him a card, your visiting card, he will never forget it. If you meet him after 10 years, he will, can say, just bring out your holder card and show you, is that you? Okay, so that was his specialty. And another learning I had, Mr. OP Munjal. Once I fondly call him, Bauji, please call me by my name, not Arya ji. I am too small or too younger to you at all, like your son. So he told me that no, 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 Arya ji, I will not agree to this. मैं सर क्या हुआ? कहता if I start calling you by name or be casual with you, the people who are here for last 30 years, 30 years, and there are people who are here for last 40 years will start ignoring you or disrespecting you. It is my responsibility. It is my ये मेरी जिम्मेदारी है कि आपको यहाँ पे बिल्कुल जमात के रखना और आपको कोई उखाड़ ना पाए, इस तरह की कोई बातें उन्होंने मेरे से की। तो इसलिए ये मेरा रिस्पेक्ट के साथ आपको रिस्पेक्ट देना बहुत जरूरी है। द डेज आई स्टार्ट जो ना कॉलिंग बाय नेम एंड यार गाल सुन इधर आ, ये करो वो करो, तो ये सब लोग जो ना आपको कुछ नहीं समझेंगे और यू विल बी इन ट्रबल। तो पुराने लोगों के साथ उनके साथ में अमलगमेशन कराना ये मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। तो लेट मी बिहेव एज आई वांट टू। ओके, तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। आई विल कॉल यू बाय आर्या जी ओनली। तो दैट वाज
Sure.
वेरी स्पेशल लर्निंग फॉर मी एक्चुअली।
Yeah. So I think the common thing across all these incidences is that treat people with respect. I mean,
यस,
while you're the entrepreneur, there are these other experts who are bringing who are coming in for growing your business, and therefore treat them with respect. But really nice story, sir. So, sir, there is one question. It was actually my question, but Mr. Subhash Mittal has asked this question to you. So let me bring it as his question. Mr. Arya had been quite active to build up a community platform for CIOs. Can you throw some light on on the genesis of that, how that happened?
ओके, मित्तल जी को नमस्कार, बड़े भाई हैं। ओके, एंड सी व्हाट हैपेंड, द क्रेडिट गोज टू एसआर बालासुब्रमण्यम, लेट एसआर बालासुब्रमण्यम। ओके, as while CIO of Hero Honda, okay, and now Hero Moto Corp, and I think Vijay said he succeeded him, and this Bala and me became friend when we were selecting SAP. He was also exploring SAP for Honda, and we were also exploring for Hero Cycles. And we together can say, I think he invited me, I invited him, we became friends. Okay, I'm Mr. Brajmohan Lal Bunjal, BM Lal, late chairman of Hero Group. So he asked this OP Munjalji to send me to Hero Honda, because we started first in SAP in Hero Cycles, and I think Hero we went live in 2000 September 2000. Hero Honda went live in May 2001 on SAP. So in a way, if I say that time a whole Hero Group can say bank upon with SAP only. Okay, so from there, SR Wala started a forum called IS India. Okay, Information Systems Managers Forum, which became later on, and he invited me over there. Once I was in Delhi, so he invited me for a meeting, and I was introduced to Hari Bala. Okay, he was a CIO for Xerox that time, and Commander Sen Gupta one, and KK Nigam, Vinay Mehta, and I think those kind of people were there. Okay, and we met, and we had a meeting in this India Habitat Center. From there onward, I connected with the IS India. Okay, and when I joined this Rohtak, Lakshmi Prishan, so it was easy for me to come over to attend meeting, and most of the meetings I attended from Rohtak, and that bonding, got stronger. And when finally I arrived in Delhi with the Amtek group, so it became very easier for me to hold meetings at my office, and offer a lot of things for them. And finally in 2009 I was made secretary of the can say this CIs of India. We changed the name to CIs of India after a lot of the deliberation, though Bala was reluctant, but we the people like Daya Prakash, Rajesh Manjal, Sunil Sirohi, Sachin Jain, they all were in fear of changing the name of the forum. And finally, we changed the name of the forum from ISMF, in Information Systems Managers Forums, to CIOs of India. And in 2009, CR Narayanan was president, and I became secretary. And in 2011, Mr. Mittal became president of it, and then I was the vice president. And finally, in 2013, Mr. Mittal handed over the baton to me, and we enlarge the scale of CIOs of India to larger scale events in like can say good venues and large gatherings, more than
Yeah.
150 CEOs and families. Also, we started engaging with the family as well.
Yeah. So, sir, I mean, there was another initiative that you started yesterday. I wanted to quickly cover that also. And just for all the audience, we had about a 5-7 minute of interruption because our LinkedIn live failed to connect, and not the first time. So we had to apply our DR procedure, but that took about 7 minutes. So we will go
Mhm.
over a little bit, maybe another 10-15 minutes or so. So please allow us that indulgence, and I don't want to, I don't want to leave this session with Mr. Arya, not covering things that you guys are asking. Okay. So, sir, just on the same note about about the community platform. So, talk to us about the latest platform that you're building around the data privacy one.
Okay, that's I'm not building, but it was built up by Mr. Navi. Okay, and he is the chairman of the FDPPI, Foundation of Data Protection Professionals in India. Okay, I was introduced by Samir Mathur. Okay, over there, and then quickly I think I engaged with them very deeply, and then we just discussed with CIOs of India, President Kamal Karnataka and Atul and other people, and around 45 people were, I think, given certification of FDPPI on the you can say data privacy law of India, and then updated also. But unfortunately, that law is not coming. But later on, with this FDPPI, my bond got more stronger, and then I was chosen as a member of National Governing Council, and later on the NGC elected me as a president of that NGC of FDPPI. Okay, and besides this, quickly, I think 5 years back I started with Harvinder Minas of Accenture. Came to me, boss, we want to start a platform, digital platform for the people of the in digital technology. So we four started this, and its name was Digital Futurist, and today we have around 2,000 members, and from all sort of CIOs, CTOs, CXOs, startups, okay, the young people, and Paul Finney was the founder member. Okay, while I was that time 59, he was just 24-year-old, and he was the one who taught me the artificial intelligence. So that is the diverse can say age of digital futurist, and digital futurist is now has a angel network also. Okay, and it's growing very well, and it runs 40 channels, WhatsApp channels. Okay, and
Wow.
but I have taken a backseat. The young guys are taking it like anything. Okay, and I
Yeah,
also
I think sir, that's the role of leaders like you. You know, start something, catalyze it, and then leave it for the
hand over the
youngsters.
baton is important. So, we have to learn to hand over the baton.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, sir, let me also, just bring up some people who are watching us. So, we have Prasad Pudipedi here from another fellow CIO who is joining on YouTube. We have some kind words coming from Manoj Kumar saying, Arya ji, you are a motivation of many. And we have our last Clarity Chat guest, Sunil Ravlani, saying back to classics. Yes, Sunil, back to classics.
I see.
We have Rajiv Sioni here. And now let us bring up some questions here. So, sir, maybe take
Mhm.
it as a rapid fire question. Tell me just three things to Manoj about how to convince management about the ROI.
I think I once taught this to Manoj as well. Okay, after 15 days, he came to me that okay, I have got 2.5 crore of can say budget passed for me at all. Okay, he discussed with me, and then he got this. So, see, convincing management is really difficult, and it varies from organization to organization. The time varies from organization to organization. While I claim 1 minute okay for 5.5 crore in hero cycles, I have the credit of having the longest approval of for SAP project. Okay, so there's a both side of it. Okay, but yes, one thing is sure that
Three
I
things, sir.
get
Three things.
I
Again,
get
this
the
is
approval. One thing,
so
and is in the positive.
yeah. So let me remind you to make it rapid fire. So three things about how to convince management on ROI. One, two, three.
Uh, okay, first prove your worth, that you are worth. Can say okay, preserving their can say
Yes.
budgets. Okay, and second is that take along everyone. Okay, establish credits, and third one, such the biggest is highlight the key points which are going to give ROI of this actually.
Yeah.
If you are not able to highlight those points, it will never work at all.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you have to highlight the impact. You have to build
Yeah,
your credibility so that they can entrust with you with money, and then take everyone along so that you prevent anyone like coming and like
yeah.
shooting you, right? Okay. So
Jagdish, one point here is that okay, you have always to remember Pareto rule, 80-20. You have to care about 80%, less care
yeah,
about 10%, and very less care about the rest of the 10%. Okay, when you
absolutely,
have the 90%, then 10% will always come along. Okay, so
absolutely,
just
absolutely.
be there.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. So, sir, there's one question from Amarinder. He does ask a question to each of our parties, each of our guests. So, share some of your experiences learning from your role at BizTek Advisors. So, maybe again, I'll make it into a bit of a rapid fire. Tell us, one big or one the most interesting incident that has happened in the BizTek Advisors in terms of either
See,
adding value or
the, the
solving some problem.
most interesting thing was that switch over to this side of the table to the other side of the table.
Yes,
Okay, at the age of around 58 or 60, it was really difficult to switch over. Okay, आपकी जो ना जड़ें मजबूत हो जाती हैं, आपके अंदर एक एरोगेंस होती है, बीइंग ए CIO, CEO ऑफ ए कंपनी, डायरेक्टर ऑफ ए कंपनी, वो एक ऑरा होती है, आप वो लेके चलते हैं, वो सारी आपको अनलर्निंग करनी पड़ती है आपको. यू हैव टू अनलर्न फर्स्ट. वी हैव टू लर्न अनलर्न, how to unlearn quickly. So it took 6 months for me to be ready for that. I know that now when I will go to the office, somebody's office, the guy who was can say who is still gonna respect me. People still respect a lot. Because of my nature and affectionate behavior with them, but because I know that they are also busy, I have to learn it from myself. Okay, when people used to come me, I still remember there was a guy who came and he kept waiting for 4 hours because all of a sudden my chairman called me and there was a long meeting and that guy was sitting for 4 hours. So the same thing can happen with me as well. So I have to learn this. Well, though I was not willing to allow him to wait, but unfortunately he had to wait. So same thing I had to learn. Okay, I have to respect others' time as well. So those learnings were very critical for me at all. Unlearning the old past and learning the new things. Be ready for the eventualities. As a concept, this side of the guy, you have to really acquire those skills quickly, else you will doom. You are muted.
Yeah, sorry, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I think I would second that, and I've had the same learnings coming on the other side. But I think I think the key here is to lower your expectations as you come out,
Yeah.
and then there's less disappointment. So, sir, I just want to bring in the comment from Prasad saying that believe in yourself and be confident of your capabilities is my learning from you, Arya ji. I think very, very amply, I think this point was, वो क्या डंके की चोट पे it was made by आर्या जी कि आप मेरा रेजिग्नेशन रख लो लेकिन 5,000 रुपए नहीं छोड़ूंगा
बिल्कुल
मैं.
sir, वो that is the
So, sir, you've also been doing some good work with the Rotary Club. Maybe just tell about a couple of things, maybe two things
see
that you've done in Rotary.
Jagdish, my roots for Rotary came from my student life. Okay, when I was just finished my college and working with Hero Modi Steels in the Modi Nagar, one of my friend introduced me to become a Rotaract Club member. Okay, Rotaract Club is the younger wing of the Rotary Club. So for 2 years I had been Rotaractor. Okay. Then in while in Kashipur, I used to be with Bharat Vikas Parishad. Okay, it's a social organization. Okay, and work for social services. So for 3 years, 2 years I was secretary of Bharat Vikas Parishad in Kashipur. Then when I came here, I just one fine morning there was a nearby Rotary can say blood bank camp for the blood donation. We attended that and then we offered our blood or donation also. My wife, me, and friends. We discussed there how can we set up a Rotary club because वो कीड़ा दिमाग में होता है कि कुछ करें तो वो कीड़ा फिर कुल बुला गया दिमाग में कुछ करने का. So I to ask him how to make a Rotary club here. So finally, it took 6 months, and then we formed with the 25 members our first Rotary Club here. Me as a founding president, which is called charter president in Rotary terms, and then it's around 11, 10 year. It has completed 10 years successfully, and we have around 50 members, and we have done a lot of work nearby schools. Girls' school has been totally transformed and primary school which has only 200 students now it has 400 students. Okay, and it's completely transformed. Toilets were built afresh, playgrounds were levelized, and 11 फीट जो ना हाइट की घास होती थी वहाँ पे उन सबको फिर स्ट्रीमलाइन करके वहाँ पे वोकेशनल सेंटर भी बना दिया गया है. एंड इवन 7 लड़कियों को एम के रैना, यू नो दैट इज नोटेड फिल्म डायरेक्टर एम के रैना, दैट दाढ़ी वाला से एम के रैना जी, उनसे ट्रेनिंग कराई है उनको मूवी बनाने के लिए. तो इस तरह के बहुत सारे काम उन बच्चों को जो कभी सोच नहीं सकते थे वहाँ पे सिंगर सेंटर बना दिया है, वोकेशनल सेंटर. प्रोफेशनल मशीन्स जो फैक्ट्रीज में लगती हैं वो मशीन लगाई हैं सो दैट कि वो वहाँ से ट्रेन होकर डायरेक्ट उनको एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिल जाए. और एक दो कंपनी से बात करके वहाँ से जितनी भी लड़कियाँ निकलती हैं वहाँ पे चली जाती हैं बिकॉज वो ज़्यादा पढ़ने का नहीं उनका होता है. दे आर फ्रॉम अ वेरी लोअर स्टार्टा. बट यस वी हेल्प if few bright students or girls want to study longer, we support them also. So that's
Sure.
how
Sure.
I built that Rotary Club, and then it's functioning
Yeah.
remarkably well. Actually.
Yeah. So, sir, thanks for that. I think one of the key themes that comes from your experience is that give more than what you get from life. So whether it is to the community of CIOs or whether it is to the community at large with your Rotary Club, and I think this whole thing about transforming a girls' school is really really touching. So, sir, thanks for sharing this, and let me invite my audience to send any rapid fire questions to Mr. Arya. Maybe any curiosities you have, like for example, is Mr. Arya um, sort of motivated to have that look? or anything like that. But let me start my rapid fire questions while you ask those. You ask your own questions. So, sir, you did MBA after retirement. I mean,
Yes, yes, yes,
what
yes.
happened? Tell us that story.
It's a long story actually. If I start telling it, will
So
take
you have
another
to
minute.
tell it
But
in a
anyway,
rapid fire.
I tried 4 times in my life. Okay, starting from 97. Okay, till 2007, I tried 4 times. But somehow, because of the changes in my job and focus on my career, I could not complete that because the career and the work was very important for me. Okay, but that एक झील कहीं ना कहीं थी कि मुझे करना है. And when I got retired, I did my executive MBA. Okay, and then that also became a source of inspiration for a younger son, and he also came with a concept, boss. He always called me like boss. I have got my admission in Spain. I want to go for a concept masters over there. So
Awesome.
I could inspire him. Okay, so, he did his masters from there. Now he's working very well and with one of the very big entertainment company.
Yes, sir.
So this is
So,
how
sir,
I did my therapy.
yeah. No, amazing stories there. 4 times you tried to do your MBA and you could not because of various work pressures. So finally, you didn't leave it. I think that's a very good story in perseverance. To everyone
Yes.
out there listening to us, whoever is like thinking of giving up on anything, this is one story that you should remember. That since 97 years trying, and he finally did it after retirement. So, sir, there's another rapid fire from Manoj. Any adverse story during CIO tenure? Quickly.
Uh, there are so many. Okay. I told you that life is all about 80-20 rule. If you are 80% success, there are 20% failures also. And your degree of success is not absolute anytime. Okay. You passed, okay, so very rarely with 100%. Either you are at 90%, 95%, 80%, or
Sir, one
70%.
incident. One incident, sir.
Once in the one incidence is, I don't have any. Okay, yes,
Okay.
setbacks were there. Setbacks were there. For example, the one setback was that we were ready with the complete proposal, negotiations, and everything, but that 2008 recession started.
Ah, yes, yes. You told me about it.
So that delayed my project by 2 years, and it could be started only after 2 years. That was one setback I had.
Okay. So, sir, one line answer. You got the fastest project approval in 1 minute. What was the longest you took?
3 years.
Wow. And
This
you told
one,
me
this one
it was,
because of this reason actually.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, sir, what is the most coveted award for you that you got?
Uh, I think two awards. I will say two awards. One CIO Guru Award by MIT University and Lifetime Achievement Award by CIO Club and BSc.
Okay, okay. That's great, sir. So, what's your philosophy as a manager to your team?
I think my biggest philosophy is to keep it simple always and behave people with people sensibly. They are your teammates. They are not your. They are your subordinates, but they are not your servant. You have to treat them very okay. I'm very straightforward. If I have to fire them, I fire them, but only when I want that they should improve it somewhere in career. I have fired them like anything when it was required, and they people remember me always. Boss उस दिन अगर हमारे ये काम नहीं करते तो हम ये नहीं बनते. Okay. So
Absolutely.
I always mixed can say carrot and stick both
Yes.
in my
Yeah.
career. Okay.
Yeah. So, sir, my last rapid fire, in fact, it is not so much of a rapid fire, is you have a melodious voice. Can you please sing a short song for our audience?
Me, not melodious voice, but yes, I'm a very good bathroom singer. But sometimes I also sing in the parties. Okay, that's all. And yes, I will sing a song for them. Okay. And by the way, before I sing, I tell you one more thing that I'm learning to play saxophone.
Wow. At this age, and that takes a lot of breath actually. That's a
Yes,
breathtaking
yes,
hobby.
yes, yes, yes. Maybe next time, next 1 year, then after 1 year, you will find me
Yes,
playing
sir,
my
we'll,
saxophone here. Okay.
we'll have you with your saxophone.
So
But
yes,
now a
yes.
song.
But for time being, I will think. Okay, it's a very close to my heart song. Okay. एक हसी शाम को दिल मेरा खो गया एक हसी शाम को दिल मेरा खो गया पहले अपना हुआ करता था अब किसी का हो गया एक हसी शाम को दिल मेरा खो गया
Awesome, sir. Awesome. So, sir, I'm sure Bhabiji must be wondering कि ये आर्या साहब मतलब इनको क्या हो गया ये वीडियो कॉल में किसको ऐसा बोल रहे हैं and I'm sure she must be getting suspicious now.
she knows it
Okay, okay. No, awesome, sir. Sir, I think I've been asking you questions. I've been interrupting you in between just to pace the show. But it's the revenge time. So, what's your question to me?
my question is how did you get this idea and when you answer this I will tell you one special thing actually
Idea of ClariTea Chat?
yeah
Yeah, so sir, I was like, I started posting some videos on LinkedIn as an experiment, and I got some very good traction on that. And then somebody suggested to me, actually, my one of my mentors suggested to me that this LinkedIn Live is a good thing where you can actually engage your audience. So video posting is a one way thing, but you can engage with the audience. And then this idea came that why don't we bring in other CIOs as well and drive some useful conversations. But then the next question was on what topic, and the topic I picked up of like driving business benefits from technology implementations was again something that not many people were talking about. IT conferences are all about like the successes and all the big stories, but we also know that like it's not easy. So I thought let me engage my CIO community on how to drive the success, how to fill that gap between IT being necessary but not sufficient. So that took some time, but I think it has been. I have received some good support from all my fellow CIOs like you. So that's the answer, sir. So, but yeah, I'm more curious to hear what you had to say on that.
Jagdish, I think 1.5 year back, when you didn't start it, I spoke to one of the ex CIO on the same line to start something on the same line. But
Okay.
just after 2 weeks, I saw your program and I dropped the idea. No, Jagdish is here. Okay, let him do. He is a better person.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for not creating competition for me.
So that was good. And then Jagdish, in the my next question for you is only one question. Okay. So what are your experiences? What are your learnings from these sessions, 48 sessions from with different kind of people?
Oh, I think, sir, there are very, very diverse, lessons. I think one is just to be comfortable, with the uncomfortable. I think when we started, I was very, very uncomfortable, running a live virtual session. But as they say, "Dar ke aage jeet hai." So after a while, now I'm little more comfortable. I'm more easy. Earlier I used to be very stiff, and I was like, "What's happening?" So now it's a little more easy. So I think the message for the audience is that yeah, we just have to learn everything. Whatever seems uncomfortable in the beginning becomes comfortable after a little bit of practice. The second thing is that improve continuously. So I was a novice when we started, but I think every episode we have been, after every episode, me and my team, we just fresh from the go live, we come and we discuss, like, what went right, what did not go right, and then we try to improvise on the process. And now we have a, I can say, a very, very mature process which you have seen in operation. So those are the learnings that yeah, we can always do new things even after a
Excellent.
25 year.
Excellent. See, that thought came into my mind. That was the first thing in my mind, that you will, while interacting with so many people, you will have a lot of knowledge. You can write a book on this.
Yes, sir. Part of my bucket list. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. But sir, I think it's time to say, time to release everyone, including you, to enjoy your weekend. I'm sitting in my club in Mumbai, and you can start to hear some music outside. There's a gala musical night happening here.
Okay.
Actually, like, before I leave my audience, there have been some quite a bit disturbances in our ClariTea Chat today, and I think the reason has been, I went for a client meeting, and as I was coming back, I got stuck. So I rushed to my club, and I took a room for another night. Um, and yeah, no connectivity, so I connected from my hotspot. But it's like, we have to make it happen, and if you really want to do it, then somehow it happens. So yes, there have been a bit of disturbances, folks. It's just that, like, I'm just trying to make too many ends meet together. But on that note, Arya sir, thank you so much, and I want to thank all our audience for attending and for engaging this, and for your patience with the disruptions that we had. I don't want to forget thanking all of you who are watching the recording as well. And on that note, I will leave all of you to enjoy your family time. Please enjoy your weekend. All of you have a great weekend. And once again, thank you, SP sir, for joining me on ClariTea Chat today.
Just a minute, Jagdish. Thank you very much for inviting me for this interesting chat. Okay, giving me an opportunity, and thank you all the audiences, Amarinder, Subhash Mittal Saab, okay, Rajiv Bhai, okay, and so many people, Prasad, and really loved your company. Okay, though I'm not able to see you, but I can sense your presence all around. And yes, definitely, as a retired person, I only had one mantra. Okay, learned one mantra from one of my friend: refire, not retire. So I am
Wow.
refiring my various guns. Okay.
And I
Thank
was like,
you.
as
Thank
you
you
were
very
talking
much,
about it,
everybody.
I
Thank you.
brought it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Pleasure to have you, Jagdish. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Bye
Namaskar
bye.
to all.